There have been some requests for me to elaborate on the dishwasher story from last night. This was a really significant thing for Phyllis and me. It doesn't sound that big, sounds kind of odd initially, but this was the sort of pattern that we established for many years. I mentioned last night just the thousands of conflicts that we had over similar situations like this. So here's how they would go. Phyllis would say something like, hey babe, thanks for unloading the dishwasher. And my response to her would be something like, well, it's not like it's the only thing I did today. And she would say, I didn't say it was. I was just saying thanks for unloading the dishwasher. And I would say, well, I don't understand why you have to make such a big deal about it. It's just kind of rude that you do that. And Phyllis would be clueless as to what just happened. What was happening there was that I happen to live with one of the most productive people on the planet. She gets about 29 hours out of every day. She schedules 32 hours, but she gets about 29 hours of productivity. She happens to live with a guy who doesn't do quite that well, let's just say. So whenever she would thank me for doing this, what I heard her saying was, it's amazing that you accomplished something. It's amazing that you did something worthwhile. You're usually such a worthless sack. It's a miracle. Throw some confetti. Call the internet. Let's report the big news that Glenn did something worthwhile. She didn't know that's what I was hearing. All of us hear unspoken words, phrases, and sentences all the time. We all do. Everybody does. Some of us worse than others, but we all do. The difference between now, for Phyllis and me, and 30 years ago is that I tell her. I say to her, wow, that was tough for me to hear. I lost some identity there. She goes, ooh, what happened? How did you lose identity? I say, well, what I heard you conveying was this, and I fill in the blanks for her. Phyllis insists to this day, and I believe her, that never once did she ever intend for that to be the message that I received from her. But now she gets it, that that's just what happens for me. I'm not trying to lose identity. I'm not trying to experience that. I'm not trying to hear the unspoken words, phrases, and sentences. I just do. The trick is now I tell her, and she's able to ooh me. Some months ago, I think we mentioned last night that Phyllis runs a house cleaning service, which much of her business has obviously disappeared because of the virus. But she stays very busy. I rarely have time to work with her. Many years ago I did. I helped her build her business. But some months ago she noticed I had a break in my schedule, and she called me and said, hey, I just had a last minute clean come in for a vacation rental house. All my crews are busy. Nobody has time to do it. It needs to be cleaned by tonight. Notice you had a break in your schedule. Is there any way that you could meet me and help me do this? I said, sure, that'd be great. Love to. So I was real close to my office, so I went over and I helped her. I mostly vacuumed, which I'm really good at vacuuming, by the way. It's not just the way I do it, it's the style. It's really remarkable, but that's beside the point. So we cleaned the house. It took us about 45 minutes. It was a small house. And as we're loading up the equipment in the back of her car at the end, she said, babe, thanks for helping me clean the house. And I said, oh, sad. And she said, oh, wait, what's sad? And I said, well, I just kind of lost some identity. And she said, you lost identity? What just happened for you? I think I missed something. And I said, well, it just kind of feels weird when you say, thanks for helping me. I kind of feel like an expendable, maybe a minimum wage employee. And she said, oh, wow, yeah, sad, I get that. She said, what would help with that? How could I make that better? And I kind of grinned and I said, do you think you could say, thanks for partnering with me? And she kind of grinned and she goes, yeah, I could say that. And I said, I don't know, that just feels better to me. I receive identity in that. And she, again, gently, don't forget the gentle part, but she gently grinned and she said, babe, thanks for partnering with me in this. And I received identity. Is Phyllis wrong that she said, thanks for helping me? Nope. Is she evil? Nope. Does she have a bad heart? Nope. Bad intention? No. This has nothing to do with Phyllis, even though it's all about Phyllis. This is about what was happening inside of Glenn. And in that moment, it felt kind of weird to me. It felt a little bit painful. I lost identity. Now, Phyllis has the right of refusal. Every human does on the planet. Phyllis has the right to go, no, I'm not going to do that. That's too much hassle, too much trouble. I'm just going to keep saying thanks for helping me. But because she adores me, because I'm important to her, because I have value to her, she's like, yeah, I could adjust that. in the numerous months since that happened, Phyllis has shifted a lot. Does she say thanks for partnering with me every time? No, but I will tell you this, every time she says it, we both grin. We both feel connection with each other. It feels good to me, and it's connecting in our relationship. And Phyllis realizes that, oh, I can do this little shift, this little thing. Does she have to? Nope, she doesn't have to. If she was partnered with somebody else, there's a whole bunch of guys on the planet she could be partnered with. If she was partnered with them, would she need to? I don't know, probably not. Most of them would consider that valuable, that she said, thanks for helping me. But for her particular odd partner, it's valuable to him that she says, thanks for partnering with me. So most of the time she does. Again, it's not wrong if she doesn't. There have been numerous times in those last few months that she has said, thanks for doing this, and that's fine, it's not wrong. And there are times that I say to her, oh, sad, that feels kind of weird. She goes, oh, yeah. Again, she gently grins. She goes, thanks for partnering with me, babe. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm a partner. We're equal here. We're sharing this life together. We're sharing these tasks. And there's tremendous value in that for me. So, again, Phyllis doesn't have to. She's not wrong to say thanks for helping me. But because I'm valuable to her, because I'm important to her, she's delighted to make that shift. And it changes our experience. It changes our connection together. So we just want to learn each other. We want to learn what works for my particular partner. She wants to learn what works for her particular partner, and that's how we dance. That's how we connect, and it changes our lives together.